Hello and welcome to the Cobb Brothers podcast. I am David, and as usual, I'm joined by my co-hosts and friends, Cyrus.
My hands hurt from Legos. Help me.
Legos.
Legos.
Uh-oh. Lego hand aches. All right. Oscar,
That's his intro.
how's it going, Barn Door?
Yeah, I'm here
Guys,
too.
I can't do it. I gotta go. I can't do it.
Uh-oh, here goes Oscar out of our metaphorical door.
I got the sound effect. That was actually funny. All right, and back in with Colton. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Good deal. Well, it's another Saturday, another episode. We're at 103 now. And
Is it?
yeah,
Are we
what's
excited?
going on this?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 103.
Oscar was
It's
technically here,
it's
so we're not going to fall off the rails,
yeah,
right?
that laugh was the perfect reply. So let's get right into it. Taco Bell. It'll ruin you.
Why do
I
you say
gotta
that?
learn to stay away.
No, I want you to
Yeah,
elaborate.
it does that.
No,
Oh,
I'm not
elaborate,
gonna
please.
elaborate.
Yes, please,
No.
sir.
Well, what'd you order? At least.
I just got too many of the fire hot sauce packets.
Oh.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to put those on something. You don't have to, like, just eat them.
No, you see, you fill a cup with it, and then you take a bite of a taco, and then you drink like a quarter of that freaking cup. You just put that thing back.
Alrighty then.
It's like the videos of the
Okay,
people
I
that
don't
fill a
know.
cup with
Go
cane
ahead.
sauce.
Dude, like Taco Bell just gives you so much fucking sauce nowadays.
The saucy.
Yeah.
Like the people behind the window will put in like 2 freaking handfuls of whatever sauce,
They'll be
and
like,
it's
"Do you
just
want any
like,
sauce?"
okay.
And you'll be like, "No, I'm fine." You pull up to the window and they go, "You didn't want any sauce, right?" And you're like, "No." And they just grab a handful and just toss it in the bag, and all you order
No,
is a
They go,
they
burrito.
give
okay.
you a whole separate bag full of sauce. They're like, here you go, just in case.
Hey, Brandon, do you remember...
We don't want it either.
Brandon, do you remember after the Rise Against concert, we hit up Taco Bell and they were like, "Do you want any sauce?" And somebody in the car said, "How much sauce can you give us?" And the answer is a full bag. They gave us a full bag of sauce. Just filled that
Well,
bitch to the brim. Not to the brim, but
wait,
it was
for free?
sizable portions.
Yeah. Well, I knew somebody that every time she goes there, she goes,
Oh my
"Give me
God.
as much sauce as you can give me without being fired." They specifically say that every time they go to Taco Bell.
You have to.
And it's just ridiculous.
I
They
just avoid Taco Bell anymore because the one here is absolutely awful.
Okay, but that volcano menu though? Anybody try it? Or was it just me?
I haven't been to
I have
Taco
not
Bell
yet.
in a while.
I've seen no marketing around it, and that's sad. Because I
I
really
see
want
a
it to
commercial
stay.
here and there on YouTube.
I want it to stay.
Oh, fuck.
I like my spicy cheese. I think it deserves
See,
its
I
place.
told myself I was gonna stay away, and now I've got to go back and try it.
You're
The
welcome.
spicy cheese isn't. Ooh, do they still have nacho fries? Is that permanent now?
No, I think it's still seasonal.
Bastards. They know what they're
Seasonal.
doing.
Yeah, they only
It's
bring
like
back
once
Those
every
whores.
they only bring
3
back
months or
nacho fries
something.
when they're like hurting for sales. They're like, "Hey, how do we get money right now?"
Nacho fries are back.
Only for a limited time. Can you imagine if they did like volcano fries? I think I've already talked about this, but
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
I'd be all over it. I predict by the end of the month we'll get volcano fries. That's a Cop Bros
Okay, but
guarantee.
what
What do you mean?
what is the volcano of the meal? Then
Spicy
just
cheese.
adding hot sauce?
So you know
Okay.
how they do like their
You get
loaded
the
fries?
spicy cheese, yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
had the nacho fries that you could get loaded. Just put nacho or volcano sauce on it. That's
No,
it.
the volcano
Well,
is actually the description of your butthole a couple hours later.
and they also have the
Well, that's a given.
they have the hot Doritos Locos ones. So
Oh God, damn it!
they'd probably use that same seasoning with the nacho fries seasoning and mix those
Fuck.
up together.
Doritos
So that
volcano.
they'd be red fries, yeah. Because they'd have to keep it with the red with every color.
What about gang affiliation? Do they have like blue fries?
Name another name a blue sauce other than blue cheese.
Blue
And that's
raspberry.
not even blue. Yeah, but would you dip
I
a
like
fry in?
blue
Oh,
rise.
Yeah?
that would actually be
Yeah,
fun
I
to
was
dip
about
in a
to say,
fry,
what are you
right?
talking about? I dip fries in Frosties. That'd be excellent. What's the weirdest thing you guys would dip your fries into, realistically?
A milkshake.
Perfect. What if it was like a...
Vanilla, to be specifically.
Hmm.
See, I don't
I mean,
think there's anything Weird.
Weird, yeah, because it's a potato. You could dip it in anything and it'd be good. Sweet, sour, salty. Like
What if you were to
any sauce would be
soak
good.
it like a fruit?
People dip it in soda even.
Pickled potatoes? Wait, what the what the did you just say?
Dipping fries in soda?
Have you never?
Okay, French fries. I was thinking like potatoes, dude. You had me off for a minute.
Oh no, I was fries, specifically French
Okay.
fries. Like I've seen people dip.
If it's a crispy enough fry, yeah, it would probably be all right.
Okay, if you had,
Dipping it in a root beer float, that'd be.
if you had to boil a potato,
mean,
what soda would you
yeah.
boil it in? Like you had to. Life
Right.
is on the line.
Dr. Pepper.
See.
Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola, yeah.
What about a Pib? It's spicy cherry.
That's fine. That's what Dr. Pepper is.
A Pib would work
I'll
too.
do Pib.
If you didn't have Dr. Pepper, you could do Pib at a pinch.
Glad we all
Pib in a
respect Pib
pinch.
around here.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
Mr.
is a
Pibb.
that
That's
is
an
a
underrated
terrific
soda.
slogan.
Pib
Barno,
at a
holy
pinch.
shit.
You should send an email.
If you don't have Dr.
Oh
Pepper,
my
get a Pib
god.
at a pinch.
I feel like our first sponsorship should be with Pib.
Mr. Pibb?
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
who is Mr. Pibb? How do we
I'm so
contact this
down.
gentleman?
That was an episode of
Colton.
American Dad. I shit you not.
You like Pib too, right, Colton?
Yeah, Pib's fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Fine. Oh, he used the word fine. Oh my god.
Well, no,
Cyrus
like
is
I
offended.
prefer Dr. Pepper, but I like Mr. Pibb just
Yeah,
like
if they have
it's
Mr. If
about
they
on the
only
same
have
plane.
Mr. Pibb, perfect.
I can respect that. Your days are limited though.
There's a Taco Bell at my grandma's house, like just in the
All of our
area
days are
over.
limited. Hold on.
The
No,
Taco
like
Bell at grandma's house when I was a kid was just they didn't have Dr. Pepper ever, but they had Mr. Pibb for some reason. Like it was the weirdest thing. They had it like listed on their menu, but they were like, "Yeah, we don't actually have that. We have Mr. Pibb."
Whoa,
It
yeah.
just got super cheap at one point. They're like, okay, it's done, you know. We're saving money.
It's poor souls.
Yeah, 'cause my grandma would drink like 3 Dr. Peppers a day back when I was a kid. It was like such a popular. That's the soda I got started on. They were like, "You could have 2 a day," and I was like, "I could have 2 of these a day, dude." Oh, I'm sparing this.
That is insane. I was allowed to have one soda a week as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
looking back on it, I had to sneak most of mine, but
That was just
you
when we
know,
were at our grandma's house because she had just a stockpile of it because she didn't drink it as much. Like she would have just her, like I said, like kind of 1 in the morning, afternoon, and evening, kind of like instead of a tea or whatever, it was just a Dr. Pepper. And so me and my brother would be there and she's like, "Yeah, you guys are here for 5 days. You can have 2 a day. Just help me get through it."
Just help
I'm
me
not
get through it.
drinking.
I remember there was a Halloween where I drank almost an entire 24 pack of Pepsi by myself. I think Cleet had 3 of them.
you guys prefer Pepsi or Coke? I don't know if
Pepsi.
this
Pepsi.
question's been asked.
Pepsi.
I'd go with
Pepsi
Coke.
for everyone? Okay,
I'd go with
Barndor
Coke.
likes Coke.
They have the cans of
You know,
Pepsi with real sugar.
I like them.
And those
I
are
love the
baller.
taste of both of them equally. But if I had that 2 of them in front of me, I'm gonna grab a Coke first, if that makes sense. Like
It
that's just
doesn't.
what
I
my
feel that way
brain grabs the
most
taste
days
to.
than other,
I
but I'll
would
keep
always grab
going
a
back and
Pepsi
forth.
over a Coke.
Pepsis are more crisp. They have more of a bite to them.
More sodium.
I like the way that Coca-Cola tastes.
Coke just leaves a weird aftertaste in my
Does.
mouth.
And that's part of why I like it, if it's weird or not. But it's
And
just
probably a
Yeah,
coating
it's
in your
very
gut.
weird.
when you're eating stuff with it, because then you're like, damn, I have to eat some more of this food. And then, oh, I have to wash that down with some more of this Coke. And then, damn, I have to wash some more of this down with the food.
So you're
Just
saying
works great.
it's like an experience more about the taste.
Yeah. It's an American thing.
You're an American thing.
Like,
Thank you.
it's just, it's a Coke effect.
There's
I
That's
was
no
what
on
I
a
like.
Coke in
job.
Coke anymore, though.
Well, not we can do something about it. We got to be the change that we want, Colton.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. So
Do you
you're
guys
saying
remember
we need to
the?
start putting Coke in our Coke?
I mean, there's Coke coffees. I was gonna bring that up. Do you guys remember those?
Those are very weird.
They're
Quoofies.
very freaking weird. I had a guy. I was working with a guy that packed a little mini cooler full of them, and he was just drinking them all day long. And I'm like, dude, do you want a water? He's all, no, dude, I got a cooler full of these things. I'm like, okay, like, cool. Stay out of the sun.
Don't die.
Yeah, don't do that.
He just starts sweating oil-colored stuff.
Yeah, like, that's gotta clog you up at some point. Jesus. Have you guys heard about that Oompaville shit?
What?
Oompa Loompas? Loompa
Oompaville is a YouTuber, and he recently got into manufacturing his own candy, but this guy got scammed like $750,000 or something,
All right.
trying to get the machine to fucking manufacture and package the candy. It's a wild story,
How do you
but
get
he's
scammed?
basically just uh the guy he met a fan on Discord, and they started chatting back and forth somehow, and Oompaville was going to pay him to build the assembly machine from start to finish by hand from the ground up, and the guy just bought it from China for like a quarter of the price, and then like
Damn.
siphoned money out of this YouTuber for weeks or I think it was almost 2 years
What?
until it was kind of like there was enough red fucking flags, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's a wild story. It's fucking crazy. But he's been making videos basically just gaslighting him. It's been wild to watch. But yeah, he's been on that Goons podcast a couple of times, Colton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I found him from. But a wild fucking story, It's that would
Yeah,
really suck.
definitely.
Because he was talking about how he was living out of the warehouse that he was going to put the machine into to, be able to put all of his earnings into this project of his. And he admitted that he was being way too risky, and he knew that, he kind of knew what he was getting into, but he felt
Putting trust in the people. Yeah.
right, right. And eventually Jake was the guy's name that fucked Oompaville over. And Jake sent like a handyman or something over. His name was Will. So Will went over to Oompaville's warehouse, and after a few days of trying to get the machine running, I guess Oompaville asked Will, like, hey, you guys built this thing from the ground up. Don't you have any manuals or anything like that? And Will straight up just told him, like, no, dude, we bought this from China, and showed him the receipt.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
it was fucking wild, man. It's
That's
been insane to watch unfold. Like, yeah,
on the flip side. It's that easy to scam somebody.
Yeah.
Damn
like no
straight.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's you want like I don't know. He gave a bunch of like his excuses were related to like delivery of materials and that sort of things like over and over again, and then he faked getting an illness of some sort and delayed it more. Like, yeah, it's a fucked up story, and you got to feel for the guy for trying to make something work, his dream, putting passion into it. So it's sad to see. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So has anybody
Poor
here
lad.
ever gotten scammed like really bad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I fell into that shit.
Pay a bunch of money for something that didn't happen.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Not personally that I can think. Probably like on smaller things, but not on anything like of a big expense. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking like video game as small, where like you tell somebody to drop something and they go, no, you first, and then you do it first, and then they leave the game. Nothing like
You
that.
weren't thinking 76?
But Tyson got burned a couple times in 76, so that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Tyson got the worst end of it in 76. Holy shit. Yeah,
Yeah, Tyson's
one of
been
that's
uh
fucked up.
one of Brandon and my cousins got screwed out of over 3 grand in video game items that he was selling on eBay back before they banned that stuff back
yikes.
in the 90s.
Yeah, I'd probably
Yikes.
cry if that happened. A lot more than cry.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
he
we're gonna
had a
stop at crying.
he had a
Yeah.
ton of shit that he was
Yeah.
trying to sell, and somebody like bought the auction. He transferred the account to him, and then they stopped payment.
Gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, being an eBay scammer is probably a decent living.
Well, so is being a phone scammer probably.
Until someone on YouTube hacks your entire facility
Yeah.
and records the entire thing.
That guy's doing the Lord's work.
Honestly, yeah. Those- if you guys haven't seen that shit, some of the best videos I've ever seen.
Which
But-
one?
Where people like they get the scam callers and then they hack into
They
their
reverse hack
systems
'em.
and they
Yeah.
hack into their like building security systems and stuff, and it's like, hey guys, I can see you over here, and just shows them an image of everyone
Yeah.
from across the room
Yeah, I
and
saw
shit.
that
Like,
one.
dude,
There was one where a
they
guy
don't know where
sent the
you
dude
are.
his home address. He's like, "You live here. You don't even live in America. You don't work for the IRS." Bippity boppity boo.
And they just
Yeah.
get really, you can tell how scared they get.
Yeah.
Because they try to hang up the call and then they just open it up on their computer, like, hey, you're gonna have to unplug me if you don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, like they'll open up their team viewer or whatever and be like, "Hi."
Yeah, that shit
Here to
happens everywhere.
stay.
That's just scary though, because like when people are smart enough, they can do that wherever.
Oh yeah.
So anything that has an IP address can be hacked by smart enough people.
Am I smart enough, people?
Yeah,
Anything that has an IP address. Your phone, your computer, your cameras, your Ring doorbell, your thermostat if it's a smart thermostat, your lights in your house, your security cameras, all of it.
the more settling part about that fact is that there are billions more of electronic devices with IP addresses than there are humans. So you
Yes.
really have to be
You have to
targeted
be a
for that.
target.
For them to go for it, yeah. But it's as simple as driving outside your house and looking at what your address is.
Or if you're not a direct target, being dumb enough to download files that infect your network and then your
Yeah.
devices and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Oh, this website looks dodgy. Yeah, I'll just click that link.
Yeah, I'll just download that.
I'll just download it. No big deal.
I really want to watch season 4 of Hell's Kitchen. Click, click.
It is so easy to watch Hell's Kitchen these days.
Dude,
They've
it's
got
everywhere.
free episodes everywhere. You
Anything
can watch
that Gordon
highlights
Ramsay has
everywhere.
posted.
It's on Hulu. Who doesn't have a Hulu these
It's on
days?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, there's full episodes of Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell and stuff. Just full episodes on YouTube on their own channels.
I know Hotel
Max
Hell
is
was
pretty
weird
fire.
because he didn't like belong in the hotel rating business, but it was still an entertaining show because he would just yell at them for stupid shit, and that's all we want.
In the earlier seasons, he was all in
That's
like
fair.
just little bed and breakfasts in like England. And then as the show picked up momentum in the later years, he went to bigger stuff in like America and across the world and stuff. And they're two completely different shows, even though they're just different seasons of the show.
I
That one was
agree.
fun to watch. Cyrus, you made a good point as to him yelling at people. That shit will be legendary forever.
It's the best.
Gordon Ramsay yelling at people is like top 3 funniest things ever because he's
It'd be-
witty, he's got comebacks, and he's British. So it
It'd be
just
so
sounds
good.
funny.
And he's an
great.
ass.
Yeah, and he's an asshole. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It'd be great to watch him and Bill Burr get into an argument.
Bill Burr would break him in half.
Bill Burr is a comedian. He will drag you down below and know how to kick you further.
Yeah. He will drag you further under the waves than the Titan sub ended up.
Roasting a comedian is not
Wait.
something I'd like to do. Yeah, Colton's talking stupid.
What?
You're very current with the current events, like the water. But like, can you imagine if Gordon Ramsay like decided to do another Hotel Hell and he decided to step out of his comfort zone and yell at people in another profession? Imagine
Oh, God.
therapists getting analyzed by Gordon Ramsay and he sits there and just yells at them.
Psycho hell. Psych ward hell. There it is.
Perfect.
Got him.
He just goes in and talks to the patient. It's like, why are you like this? Just fucking stop, you binhead. You donut.
Think clearly about what you're doing. Throws a fish at you. Like he just spawns fish in. He needs to be a Mortal Kombat character. I'm going to say it right now.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yep. So I got this crazy news article from this week. I don't know if this is like how brands get back at each other. You know how Coke and Pepsi fight with each other, Xbox, PlayStation. This one is Maryland man steals forklift from Lowe's and fatally mows down a woman at Home Depot, authorities say.
What
Yep. So it
the
says
fuck?
a Maryland man was charged with first-degree murder after allegedly stealing a forklift from a Lowe's home improvement store and then running over a woman with it in the nearby parking lot of a Home Depot. They said it was at about 12:40 a.m. in the morning. It says the suspect,
What?
Bryce Caleb Timothy Brown of Waldorf, broke into the business, stole a forklift, and rammed it through the rear gates, according to the sheriff's office. Brown then drove the forklift to a Home Depot, which is about half a mile northeast of the Lowe's, where he rammed the vehicle in the store's parking lot. Inside that vehicle, the sheriff's office said, was a sleeping Glorstein Pinkney, 73 of Waldorf, whom Brown did not know. So he stole a forklift and just ran it into a car where a woman happened to be
killed a woman
sleeping.
with it.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh my
fuck.
god.
That story
Wow.
from top down is insane.
That's insane. That what
So
what was he doing? What was
The
he
universe
on?
apparently hated that woman.
I guess so. She was sleeping
The
in her
universe.
car.
Sleeping in her car on a summer day. I guess it was still the morning.
12:40 a.m.
Maybe
is
just
after
like-
midnight.
Gotta hustle.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
So it was just after
But yeah,
midnight.
still in the morning. That makes sense why sleeping then.
That's awful.
Maybe worked like a grave. She worked a grave shift or something, and was just napping on a breaker before
Or
she
was
went
like
into
on
a
a
shift.
drive or something, just sleeping in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Because I've done that numerous times in the past.
No, I'm getting home. I turned the music up. We're going home. Windows
Yep.
down, head out the window.
If there's not a
Ace
motel
Ventura.
trip planned in the middle of the trip, then you are getting home. You are getting to the destination.
Designation, I'm going to be in my bed when my eyes close, okay?
Well, it's one of those things where it's like it's 3 a.m. This is the last town for the next 100 miles.
That's fair.
And you fell asleep for 15 minutes and don't remember the last 15
That's
minutes
a
of your
different.
drive.
Yeah, that's a different story. Yeah.
So it's time to go to sleep at a
I've
Walmart
never
parking lot
gone
for a
on-
couple hours.
Longest road trip ever was to Kansas, and there was a planned stop in the middle, both ways back.
I drove from San Diego to here in overnight.
Did the Raiders beat the Chargers? Oh, no, the drive back from Vegas was pretty brutal because when you get really tired and you know there's so many hours left, it's brutal.
Oh, and dude, the snow as we were getting back made it fucking worse.
Well, when I went to Texas a few Thanksgivings ago, it was like I took over driving at like midnight and I drove until 7 a.m. and I'd never been more exhausted in my life.
Whew, that sounds gross.
It was fucking horrible. I would never do that again. We were pulling off in Tonopah. if I
Or
ever have to do
flying.
that again.
We're stopping at this Subway, and then we're staying.
Yeah. We're going to get a gas pump, put a nozzle in the car, fall asleep.
There you go.
I'm a future
Tes-
paying customer, I think.
Teslas with solar panels.
At night.
Shit.
Park under a really bright light.
There you go.
Like the sun?
You
No,
know
at
the
night.
really big Milwaukee flashlights that they sell? You just tape a bunch of those to the top of your Tesla. So that when you're at night, you just turn those bitches on and you
Infinite
Holy
energy.
shit.
God, you're so
Oh
smart.
my god.
Get one of
infinite
those
drive
million
glitch.
lumen lights.
Exactly, yeah.
Arndor, you just fucking solved global warming, my
he,
friend.
he just invented free energy. He's gonna die now.
Oh my god.
Guys, it's coming to me. Water can be turned into electricity. I can see
Hey,
why.
hey, buddy. Hey,
I'm
stop.
gonna
Hey.
make a video.
Porsche did that.
Hello.
Wait,
Hold
Porsche,
on. Hold
Porsche's
on.
done that. Porsche did that. They
Yep.
just did that. They
Fucking A.
killed the guy in the early 90s, and then they took his technology and they just put it in their Porsche now.
They were like, wait for it. Wait for it. But damn it, someone in the
Everybody
US
forgot
did
about
it.
him.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Damn it, someone else did it. Wait for it.
It's like, okay, everybody has forgotten about it. Now we can release it.
Buy our Cayenne now.
No.
Why not?
I saw a video the other day on either YouTube or Reels where a guy claims to have converted a diesel truck to running off of like 70+% water.
So he's dead now,
Huh.
right?
He, as far as I know, he is still alive,
Just
but
turned up missing?
they're using electrolysis on water to extract the hydrogen and oxygen out of it, and then they're
Yes.
combining it with the diesel fuel that they're already running in the truck at a much
Oh,
lower
yeah,
amount.
they only have to put in
Hmm.
a little bit because of that pure
They've
elements
created a
right there.
hybrid
Okay.
basically that runs on water.
Hmm.
Diesel will forever be useful though, because it's always burned cleaner. Although most trucks just
Yeah, until
like
you have
the
the guys
black
that just go.
smoke.
Well,
Yeah,
so the guys that roll coal are only rolling coal at this point
rolling coal.
because of all of the regulations and stuff that have been put in and all the like things that they've put on these trucks to make them more carbon efficient.
More.
They've also eliminated a lot of their like mile per gallon, and they've added a lot more problems to them. So these guys that are rolling coal, a lot of them have taken off the safety features and then just gotten a regular tune, and that's just what happens when they floor it. But you can also tune a diesel to soot like crazy just because you want to be a douche.
Because doesn't
Yeah,
it
that's
do that
most
when
of.
there's too much fuel in the thing as it
Yes,
does it, right?
Yeah,
soot
they
is
make it
unburnt
add
fuel.
fuel.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, okay. It's so it's just that oh, that makes sense. So it doesn't get burned and then it gets caught up in all the exhaust and then can't burn.
Yep.
Yep.
It
Okay,
heats it
that
up
makes
enough
sense.
that it turns it into a cloud, and then you end up with the big poof of black soot.
Because it probably makes a good little bit of water in the thing too at that point, huh?
It's
And then
just
it just makes
super
that's the
rich.
cloud, yeah.
That's all they do is they just make their truck run super rich. So they also are simultaneously killing their fuel mileage.
Yeah, they're just burning fuel.
Like those guys that roll coal, I guarantee you could sit there in their truck and watch their fuel gauge move.
Yeah, and I see people in the traffic of the day just at every single stoplight they get caught at, they just go go super fast, and then they stop, and then they puff another cloud. And it's like, cool. Have fun at the gas station tomorrow. Like,
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right up there with the
Yeah.
guys that put like the 9-inch exhaust tip on their truck just to make it as loud as possible. Have you guys seen those?
I might just do that. What?
They're basically taking, it's not a 55-gallon drum, but like guys are taking gigantic fucking exhaust tips and putting them on their diesel trucks.
So
okay, so it's
most
just making like a horn. Yeah, okay.
most of them are like 8 to 10 inches wide. So that's the average person's foot, if you or average man's foot, I
Yeah,
guess,
and
if you think about
these
it.
You
ones
could
are like
You know,
easily
2,
stick
3
your
feet.
head in these exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does sound cool. But the soot, it's goofy bullshit and it's stupid.
It's
I
fucking
Yeah,
mean,
you're
dumb.
just wasting fuel and you're polluting the air. It's dumb.
the tailpipes and the sooting, in my opinion, is as stupid as the reverse stancing your truck where the front wheels are higher than the back ones.
I might do that
Squatting.
actually. I
Squatting your
might do
truck
that. Yeah, I
It's a
might take out the
so you
fucking
can't see the car in front of you and you just want to run over, casual
no,
traffic.
the pedestrian annihilator
no.
9000.
I'm just gonna take out the lift blocks in the back. So it'll only take it down 1.5 inches.
Those are illegal in North Carolina now. And a bunch of
David
people were
just wants
pissed
it
off.
so that when he floors it, the ass of his truck hits the ground and scrapes, so there's sparks behind him as he peels off.
That would be a lot of work actually.
Not really. Just put two pieces of rebar and weld it to the back frame of your truck where they're touching the ground.
But you remember when we were kids, they had those Razor scooters with the spark things on the back?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, you could do that with rebar, and you can actually set it where it's just above the ground, so you actually have to floor it and get the truck to squat to make it
Cop,
do that.
cop pulls you over and looks under. He's like, "What's that about?" I was like, "I'm a big fan of Borderlands. Let me just start there."
One
I
of
just
my
want to ask how
friends
my day
got
is.
fucking A. One of my friends got a Mustang Mach 1. It's so fucking nice. One of
One of the
the
new ones.
2024s. Yeah,
Yeah.
not the new body style because I don't think they're doing Mach 1s anymore. I think they're renaming and kind of restyling. But anyways, this Mach 1, man, it's super fucking nice. And he bought it with like exhaust mode settings to where he has cutouts, electronic cutouts. So he just presses a button from the steering wheel and the exhaust opens before the muffler, so
Yep.
it's stupid loud. And
The Raptor has that too.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, the Raptors have a switch in them for switching from regular exhaust to cutout where it cuts before the muffler.
Yeah, that kind of shit from factory, it's just like, oh, I don't know.
It sings just like
once
that.
once your Mustang's
Oh,
running, if he still has it at that time, it'd be awesome to put them side by side and do a rev rev, and then have yours go.
yeah.
Like
Oh
Grandpa
man,
can still sing better than you.
fucking A. Yeah, I know it'll be able to melt tires, that's for fucking sure.
Dude, that when Nate almost lost his whole eyebrows that last time,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that was insane. Like I
Fun
thought that
times.
where was it? The other guy that was there, I thought that his truck was loud, and then your thing started going, and it was just. And it wasn't
Yeah,
like when we were in high school and it didn't just smoke out the entire garage.
right? It actually fucking ran. Yeah.
My truck's loud right now because it needs timing.
Get a stopwatch.
Not
So
that kind of timing.
Oh, okay, my bad.
get 2 stopwatches. Get a
Stopwatch for your
watch with a
stopwatch
get a watch with a stopwatch.
So
for your stopwatch.
the new top end Mustang is the Dark Horse Premium.
See, I think the Dark Horse is the Mach 1. The new Mach 1,
It's
quote
Mark.
just that
unquote.
it's their new like top end one.
Go into
And
bathroom, be right back.
the one right below that is the GT Premium. Like that's the next step down for premiums. And it's literally almost 20 grand cheaper, 15 grand less.
Holy fuck.
A
The
little
Dark
bit of
Horse
money.
the Dark Horse Premium 63 Gs and the GT Premium's 47.
So, Dark Horse, I'm gonna search that up as well, because I'm curious.
The Dark Horse has 373 limited slip, performance enhanced powertrain calibration, or a 355 limited slip rear axle with the automatic.
It looks mean as fuck, though. It'll be right here in the podcast.
Whoa, look at that, dude. We're upgrading.
It's so cool.
Nice.
5-liter Tyvek V8. It's actually got a V8 in it still. I am impressed. Because I'm pretty sure the Raptor R is only a V6.
Huh. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Because they use the high output fucking
V6.
3.2 liter, I think it is now.
I think it's a 4 something.
Oh, really? So it's bigger.
I'm looking that up real quick too.
But yeah, I like what the Mustangs did. I think the Camaro's being discontinued.
Yes.
Are they doing it in favor
It's
of
because,
something else?
yeah, that electric one,
Okay.
which has the motor sound added to it.
That was Chevy or Dodge. I don't know if.
I think Chevy did it too.
Oh, really?
Why don't you get guys in the parking lot just imitate the sounds for them? I think that'd be infinitely cooler.
So the stock engine in the Raptor is the 3.5 liter V6. They have the 5.2 liter supercharged V8 though
Hmm.
in the
Huh.
Raptor R. So the Raptor R does have the V8.
Okay. Okay.
It's the 3.5 V6 though?
Yeah,
That's smaller than my engine.
Yeah.
my
Fucking
By a
my
long
hell.
shot.
Bonneville had a 3.5 liter V6 in it.
I
My
have a
Explorer has a
4.7 V8.
that 3.5 V6 is actually the same one that's in my Explorer. I just don't have the high output one. And it's not turbo or it's naturally aspirated versus turbo, but I think it's the same block.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it high output, I believe, is it's bored and stroked.
Hmm.
All
Did
fucking
what?
born stroke.
He's right there.
What's up?
What?
Did you ask his permission?
uh, it's br- uh, bro
Huh?
code?
You said you're gonna stroke Bjorn or whatever.
It's always welcomed.
Hey,
I
now.
mean, hey, damn,
Hey,
it's a
he
shame.
he
It's a
didn't
shame that we're
deny.
on Discord this time.
Shit.
Alrighty then.
Welcome to our show.
Turning on my webcam.
Yep, we have officially gone off the rails.
Yep.
Thank you, Oscar.
Oscar's
Your
presence is
fault.
Sorry, Oscar, that you had to go take care of your son.
No,
No, don't be
he's being a
sorry.
being a
man.
good person, okay?
Way to be a good dad.
Good dad.
You guys realize
Good
I'm gonna
dad.
have to host a podcast next week, right?
What?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yep.
be the host. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll probably have
Today's
Oscar.
the
Why?
8th. Well, because you're 10 days away, right, from the date? It's the 18th. So you
7.
guys' date?
We are 7 days away from the
7.
inevitable.
Well, from the due date, but
Yeah,
it could go a few days before or
it could be.
after.
Induction date is 15.
It's
Is the 15th,
most gonna be that day. It'll
if
be
Yeah.
not this
induction
week.
day,
David will be the new Oscar.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that is
it is all good. Babies are.
Or you're gonna end up with just the absolute like calmest baby ever.
well,
You
now
might
you
you
said it,
might have
so I won't.
you might have an Ellie, because Ellie was. She had her moments when she got a little bit older, but when she was a newborn, she was chill. Once she had what she needed, she was like, "Oh, you're holding me? Cool. I'm asleep. All right, you can put me wherever." As soon as she woke up, though, that's when the trouble happened. You had to be holding her, but then she's just, "Yeah, cool. What are we looking at?"
Right.
The logistics. Can you break that down for me?
Every baby is different. Like, I had my experience as a dad. Oscar is having his, and you're gonna have a completely. They're gonna be similarities and everything, but everyone
Oh,
has a
yeah.
different baby, and it's all different.
If you can teach him
Fucking
to
A.
throw a football by day 3, you're good. You're golden.
Fuck. I have a
Gotta
lot
get
on my plate.
It's okay.
It's like, babe, I know he's only a couple weeks old, but he can already do a 100-yard dash.
Smashing records.
So I understand this feature on vehicles, but at the same time I don't. You can't put a remote start system on a factory manual vehicle.
I mean, makes
mean,
sense because you can't. That'd be a big
Y-
mechanism to have a
No,
distance
you can
clutch.
you can start any manual without pressing in the clutch if it is in neutral.
but that's a huge liability. I think
Yeah, because
for a lot
Right,
of
that
people that
and that's
park
why
on
you
like
can't
hills
do
and
it. Yeah.
inclines,
I bet that,
and
and
they
I bet
keep
there.
it in gear with the parking brake engaged,
I was gonna
and then
Right.
say
if
there'd
you
be
were to
some
remote
dumbass.
start it,
Exactly. That's
But
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have seen aftermarket remote starts for manual vehicles. Like you just
There's
have to make
probably.
sure that you're paying attention when you park your car.
Yeah,
you know
making
what
sure it's
is
in the
cool
right
though?
thing.
Fucking the new Ford Bronco, if you get it in the manual, has something called automatic, like I don't know what it is, but if you stall the vehicle, it automatically restarts it as long as the clutch is depressed. So,
Dude,
like,
same.
if you stall the car and you you have your foot down on the clutch, it'll automatically restart, and that kind of shit is cool because then you can just kind of get right back into it
That's
That's
and
nice.
probably
give it
part of
another shot.
the like start stop system that's in them though too, which is arguably a very hated feature.
Dude, I have an aftermarket uh replacement on mine for the module itself, and it doesn't work. Let me tell you, the last 8 months of my life have been so much more fucking peaceful.
Where your rig doesn't shut off when you stop.
Yeah,
Um, there are ways to just bypass it too.
yeah.
Like you can shut it off. Like my buddy Justin, he bought a Toyota just recently and it's got start stop, but every time he gets in the car he just presses the button that shuts it off.
Fucking Toyota made the EcoBoost engines.
I thought they made the Ecotex.
It the EcoBoost derived from
How's your day, Brandon?
Toyota's design.
I was just about to ask what the EcoBoost was,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember
Sorry, the twin
we had
turbo
the
series, or the turbo series of engines for Fords.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, because we had that Prius for a little bit, and like say what people will about the reviews and shit on it, but I love that car. It was so fun to drive.
hybrids
Like
are fast as fuck too.
yeah, because it had I love it. It felt like a spaceship driving it because I had all the buttons in the front, whereas I could push one and it would specifically go off of the battery until it got to a certain mile an hour, and then it would do a mix of battery and the engine, and then you would see the battery recharge with the engine and then like go off of that. Or you could
Yeah.
just push the button on the far right and it was just going straight off the engine. And getting onto the highway, that thing would go 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds. Like probably
Fuck
not
yeah.
that fast, but it would fucking zoom. Like it would go I'm here.
Picks up and just gets it.
The downside of driving a car like that, though, is that it's so small. People treat you like such shit on the fucking road, dude. Let me tell you, I've never been cut off and fucking brake checked and just by
God, I love
everyone,
having my truck.
anyone for so long. Like, yeah, my truck, I feel safe because I'm like, I'm an old rusty truck. You're really gonna brake check me? Good luck, buddy.
I need
It's like,
insurance
Let's go,
payment.
pal.
Like
Not
the
me.
fact that I
Not me.
went from driving like a Ford Fusion to an Explorer to a big ass F-150.
Yeah.
Like people move now.
Oh my god,
It is a nice advantage.
when I first started learning how to drive, the first car I drove was a Ford Expedition.
Ooh
Yeah,
boy.
Fuck yeah.
and then my grandfather let me drive his Lincoln Town Car because that was what I was going to ultimately take my test in. And then
wow.
I'd switch back and forth between this town car and the Expedition. And then he bought a new car that he let me drive because he wanted to see how I felt about it. It was a fucking Smart 4.2. That thing
What
was
the fuck?
that thing was a piece of shit. I'm on Sun Valley Boulevard just trying to get it to fucking 35 miles an hour, and it was struggling. Those cars are
I took my
stupid.
I took my drive test in a Lincoln Town Car too.
Hell yeah, dude.
I took my drive test in the truck I still drive today.
Hell yeah.
The
Mine
funny
was
thing about the
the
Lincoln Town Car I drove is I'd never driven it before.
Oh, you just took it?
fucking A.
It was my grandma and grandpa's, and
Mhm.
like it. One of the requirements is the windows have to be able to work on the
Really?
driver's side. The driver's side window
Oh,
has to be able to
driver's
roll
side.
down,
Okay.
and none of my parents' rigs had a roll downable driver's side fucking
Wow.
window. So I had to take the drive test in a Lincoln Town Car, which was a boat ass of a car that I had never driven before, and I almost
that-
failed the drive test because I cut the corner too short.
That was grandma's car, right?
Yes, sir, the gold
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that thing's a fucking
Oh, it was gold
goat.
too?
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Was
a
it a
gold
Cartier?
town car. Yeah,
No. It
Okay.
was just a Lincoln Town Car.
My grandpa's was it's a Cartier, so it had like the nice watch and the dashboard and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I almost rear-ended
Yeah.
somebody and I still passed.
grandma was driving that car till she couldn't drive a car anymore.
Yep.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
just got Grandpa with the truck.
Dude, grandpa with that Dodge, dude, that makes me proud to be driving a Dodge though, because he was driving that old Dodge around with his fucking crowbar extension on the side for leverage.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
His license expired when he turned 100, and he turned 100 and went, yeah, I'm just gonna stop driving then. But before that, every Sunday he would drive himself down to the bowling alley and watch everyone bowl, and then drive himself back home.
Did he
And
get
he'd go to
himself a
Walgreens
sody
to get his
pop
meds.
and a sody pop?
Yep. Motherfucker was like 90, 89-ish, something like that, and fell off a ladder and didn't tell anyone about it. And then our aunt and uncle showed up and was like, what happened? He's like, oh yeah, I just fell off the ladder, no big deal.
Well, he was in his 90s when he got T-boned.
What?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
dude,
some guy ran a stop sign and fucking T-boned him in his truck, and the airbags didn't even go off.
What? How was that
no,
possible?
he was built different, dude. Like
He was a John Deere mechanic his whole life. Like,
he stopped going to school in like the 8th or 9th grade to go build railroads to make money for the family, and then he was a mechanic. Then World War II happened, and he went over and was an airplane mechanic. World War II ended, and he was a tractor mechanic till he retired.
yep.
Like he was built different. I've never met another man, old person or young, that was like him. Like he was different.
David, I think we ended up cutting you off. What was your drive test car?
Oh, just Yukon XL, so similar to Cyrus.
Big boy.
I remember the
Yeah.
Yukon.
Was it white?
Yep.
Yep.
Dude, we all had the same ish cars.
Yeah.
And
Boats.
I did mine in my silver Dakota. It's a truck, but
I couldn't.
dude, the first thing I did was the parallel park, and I nailed it. And I went, I can totally pass this test, and I did.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I nailed the parallel parking, and I sat there waiting for the guy to tell me like, "Okay, you're good, we can go." And I literally sat there for 30 seconds in silence because he didn't say anything, and I finally went, "Okay."
So where do we
And
go next?
he's like, "Are you gonna put it in park?" I just had my foot on the brake the whole time,
Oh,
but it was perfectly
Oh.
parked. He was just waiting for me to put it into park, and I was like, "Oh, my bad." And I put it into park. He's like, "Okay, now we can go." I was like, "Okay."
yeah. You probably did get docked
He-
any points for that. He was just waiting.
No, he
to
may
make
not
sure.
have. Yeah, he probably didn't dock you a point. He probably just has to check that box off on his sheet that the
As-
vehicle is put into
Le-
park.
If I
legally,
started
he has
moving
to
again-
wait for you to do that. Yeah.
If I
just
started
like-
moving again, I probably would have got docked. But
Yeah.
I literally
It-
just sat there.
I don't know if they did the same for you guys, but I noticed with me, when we started the thing, I put my seatbelt on and everything, and the lady that was doing my test sat there for a good couple seconds before she put her seatbelt on and was asking all the questions and everything.
Mhm.
And then she finished the questions and then sat there, and I was like, "Your seatbelt's not on." She was good. Let's go. I was like, "I'm not missing that one, dude." like, are you gonna put that on? Do I have to tell you?
Yeah, so California had done away with the parallel parking when I took my drive test, so I didn't have to parallel park.
Must be
Lucky.
nice. You don't have to here in Nevada anymore.
I'm
Yeah. You
really
really
good at
don't?
parallel parking though. Like I'm great at it.
I hate doing it in my truck. I know how to do it like just fine, but in my truck specifically, especially in like a crowded street with traffic behind me and stuff, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go find somewhere I can just pull into.
I haven't tried it in my truck yet. My Explorer, I can do it no problem. My truck has 35s.
Those explorers get in pretty nifty.
Yeah. Mine does not have the auto park either. My Explorer does not have the automatic parallel parking. You have to do it yourself.
Ours does, but I don't use it.
I wouldn't use it either because I've seen way too many videos of those parallel parking features on Ford specifically slamming into other cars.
Yeah, that's what I'd worry about too. Like,
So
no, I've got it.
I can
Thank you.
parallel park, but I've realized it's only when I'm under pressure because like I'll be in front of my house with no cars around, and I'm like, oh cool, I'll just parallel park real quick so I don't have to
And
like
you
back
straight
miss
up.
it
And I
7
fucking
times.
hit the curb, I jump it, pull into the driveway, 16-point turns and whatever. I remember I was downtown and I was with Sierra and we wanted to go to a restaurant. I was like, I'm just gonna park up here in the parking lot, and then I saw a spot open and I was like, I think I can get that. And in my
Fucking
mind, I went,
heck,
absolutely
okay.
fucking not. I pulled up next to it. Sierra's like, you're not gonna get that, and I fucking did it in 3 points.
Yep.
You're like,
It was
let's
fucking
go.
perfect. I had perfect space between the car in front of me, perfect space between the car behind me. We got out of the car, it was like easy shit, and I'm sitting there sweating bullets, 160 BPM on my heart.
You're like, I
Love
gotta
it.
make the wrist play though. I
Yeah,
gotta
it
do
was.
Straight up.
It was a
She
fucking
said I
beautiful
wasn't
play.
gonna make it. I gotta make it.
Somebody said I'm not gonna make it. All right, watch this.
Watch me.
Whip.
Haven't parallel parked since because I'm just gonna live off of that moment.
Fair.
I don't
That's
remember the last
valid.
time I parallel parked.
Mm.
I enjoy it just because of the reason like you can be like, wow, I nailed that in one try.
Mhm.
For like the off chance there's just somebody waiting for his ride or something is like you walk by and it's like, hey dude, nice parking. That was slick. And you're like, made the day.
Throw hands up.
There's been one time like there's been more than once where it's like I've gone to like pull into a spot and it's like, nope, that's not happening. Just pull back out and take off.
Oh, I do that. Yes.
Plenty.
I've done that a
Like,
lot.
like you go to parallel and you're like, there's nowhere close to enough room. Bye.
Fuck it. Skirt.
Hit you
Either
with
that or I had enough room and I'm like, it's gonna be really tight and I'm gonna be like half a foot off the curb or where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, no. And I don't want to just sit there and Austin Powers myself in between these two cars.
Yeah, because then getting out later is a fucking nightmare.
You're
Or
ju-
you
you're-
get
you're just
yourself
cr-
in there, the car in front of you pulls away right as you get in there, and then somebody else pulls in even closer, and then you're stuck.
Yeah. You're sitting there
Stuck.
waiting for that person in front of you to leave and it's like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Parking garages can be a pain in the ass too, though. Like, my truck, my antenna, hits every fucking like beam at the top, and oh, dude, my fucking roof is like, oh, just a thumbnail away from that fucking concrete, dude. I
How
swear.
tall does your truck sit?
It's gotta be just over mm, 8 feet, I'd
Yeah,
say.
I was
I
gonna
was
say
gonna
mine's
say
right around
taller
8
than
feet
me.
too.
Mine's probably like 6 to 8 inches smaller than yours, though, or
It's just
shorter.
I bet we're pretty close on lift height.
Fucking A. Yeah,
how
we'll
much do
see.
you
Are you
lift?
gonna bring that one down next time you're down here, Colton?
Yeah, and
Nice.
hopefully it makes it.
If we go to a lake, you're like, I am not getting stuck this time.
Fucking A.
Unless I've done the timing job on it at that point, I'm not gonna try to off-road it because it likes to almost die when it's going low RPMs.
Uh,
Because the it's so what I think is happening is the timing and stuff is off just enough from all the parts being worn out, and then it's still got the stock oil pump, which everybody's replacing them with high volume oil pumps. So I'm assuming what's happening is it's getting just enough timing skip, and then it's also oil starving.
Pump it louder.
And so it sounds absolutely bad, and it almost dies, and like I don't really want to go off-roading it too much,
yeah.
but it does fine on the freeway.
I love my car so much because I don't give a shit about it that every opportunity is an opportunity to go off road.
Back when I first started driving my truck, it was a beast off road.
Mm-hmm.
I
Which-
love driving it. It's pushing almost at 200,000 miles though. So I'm like, nah. I be gentle with this thing. I'm taking care of it as long as it can go.
We could
But
probably do plugs and wires on it soon.
Yeah, that's what our mechanic was recommended to us too, as it's reaching around that.
plugs are pretty easy unless you end up with like weird ones where they're like way back behind the cowling and you can't get to
Uh,
them.
From what I've seen from my engine, plugs would probably be super easy to replace.
Yeah,
You can
I
see
wouldn't be too
you
worried.
can see all this stuff right there, like without having to move anything except the wires themselves.
That was
Just
like
be
the perfect generation of automotive, you know.
just be
It
glad you
just
don't own the
works.
Dodges that
Yeah.
have 16 spark plugs in them.
Yeah.
What?
Do they really do that
V8s,
for some V8s?
V8s
They
with 2 fucking plugs per
Yep,
piston. Yeah,
the
it's
very high
ridiculous.
Wow,
performance Dodge products had 2 plugs per piston.
The
that's
Hemis,
insane.
Yep,
Oh, the that makes sense for Hemis. Okay.
the 16 valve Hemis.
I have
fucking
an innie.
redonkulous. I have a semi. Sorry, we're talking car stuff, guys.
Sorry, yeah, I get
My
confused.
jam.
This is the car cast today.
It really
Yeah,
was. We've been talking about
yeah,
cars a lot.
yeah.
Who's
What's
your
your
favorite
favorite Cars
character?
movie?
Yeah, I was.
No,
Same
The
way.
not
first
even
one.
guys,
Nice.
not even joking. I've watched all 3 Cars movies today. Like
Oh my
Really?
god,
So you
dude.
have expertise in this.
throughout the whole day, I've watched them all. One is goated. Always
One
the
is
Yes.
best.
goated, 3 is legendary though.
I can't
3
say I've ever seen 3, but that's because 2 was so bad I didn't bother with 3.
Three's
3 has
better.
3
a
is worth it.
3 has a much better story. And
Redemption episode.
yeah, because like in the second they were like, "Oh, we're doing this. Lightning McQueen's booming. By the way, Doc's dead. We're not going to touch on that
Yeah,
anymore."
he's just
That
dead.
Yeah.
and in the 3 they touched more on Doc and his backstory and stuff of all that, and that was great. However, 2 story is fucking weird as hell. But once
Yeah.
you know what's gonna happen, it's fun to just sit there and watch and be like, "This is just a ridiculous, stupid movie."
An easy watch,
Yeah,
just not a great film.
it's like you want to watch a
To
James Bond
continue
movie with
one.
the kids, and you don't want to see people getting shot. Watch the cars get shot.
There you go.
Your kids want to watch people get shot? Watch James Bond. Quantum of
Your kids want to
Solace.
shoot people? You might want to get them help.
Huh. That'll be fun.
Oh fuck.
I mean, I played Call of Duty when I was 12. Literally just shooting people.
Which Call of
Yeah.
Duty? Because I was playing Call of Duty Finest Hour from when I was 9 till we got an Xbox when I was in middle school.
I would say Black Ops, the first one, was like the one that I actually first started playing. Like my dad
Yeah.
had Underground on the PS1, but I'd watch him play that. I wouldn't play it.
Wait,
Underground?
yeah, Underground,
Medal of Honor Underground, sorry.
Oh,
Medal of
oh.
Honor. Okay,
Okay, my bad. I should have
wait,
clarified.
yeah, I've never heard of that one actually.
It
First
was on the
Medal of Honor
PS1.
I played was Frontline.
Frontline is goated.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, Colton, that Steven Spielberg was a producer on Frontline? That's
Yes.
why everything looks so much like Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
Oh, I totally know which Medal of Honor that is then.
Medal of Honor
'Cause I have
Frontline
played
is
that one.
basically Saving Private Ryan simulator.
It's Saving Private Ryan, and then after a couple of the missions and everything, you after you get through D-Day, you become an OSS agent, and you go back behind enemy lines to find a German hybrid plane and then steal it. But if you look around all the levels and everything, and just how it all looks, it's completely like shot for shot remake of how Saving Private Ryan looked.
It was a jet, was it not? The
It was called
airplane.
the O9,
Yeah.
and it was some kind of jet that it kind of looked like
Because you
not
hop in it, you hop in it, and then
at
it
the end.
takes off, and then
That's
it
the
goes
end
to
of
the
the
final cutscene.
that's the end of the game is when you kill Hare, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
and then you steal the plane, and the plane itself kind of looks like
F4.
it's like a miniature version of the American stealth bomber, like a fighter sized version of
Yeah,
that.
that's it. I thought
That's what
for some
that's
reason
what
I
it
had a
kind of
picture of
looks
an
like.
F4 Phantom in my head.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a smaller fighter sized version of a stealth bomber. And if I'm not mistaken, from history, whatever, that was Germany's attempt to make a jet plane that could carry a nuke to Manhattan, because that's what they wanted to do for a counteroffensive against America. But they couldn't do it because they had to go back to Germany.
Something going on there? Trouble
Oh,
at home?
the Russians showed up, the Americans showed up. Hitler died at one point, and everyone was like, "What are we doing here?"
Hey, Germany's not home. Party at their house. That's how that happened. That is historically accurate.
100%.
That's
Love
really,
it.
yeah.
If you've ever watched
Okay.
like Saving Private Ryan or Fury, that's exactly what happens in the movies.
Fury's so fucking
Shia
good.
LaBeouf.
Fury's such a great movie.
I rewatched it a while back. Yeah, so good.
It's
So
fucking
good.
timeless. Like, it's up there with Saving Private Ryan in terms of realistic World War II movies.
Did you guys watch 1912? I think that was the name of it.
Is that the one where it's like a continuous one shot?
If
And
with the guy
guy,
running in the trenches.
yeah, and he has
Yep.
to deliver the message to I haven't seen it, but I've seen hella clips
No.
of it.
It's good. It's very good.
Watch these two.
I got to check
Yeah,
that one out.
I need to see
Yes.
Sisu.
I remember
Me
you showing
too.
me the trailer for that, and the only thing I remember about the movie is that the dog doesn't die.
Yeah, they
It
specifically
makes
said it.
it worth it, dude.
Yeah,
Just
I remember when the trailers were. I was like, guys, check out this trailer for the movie because they said the dog doesn't die.
fucking
It'd be really fucked up if it did. You'd lose the trust of so many people.
it. Oh fuck, that would be a big betrayal.
You fucking
Back
nerds. The dog
to
does die.
yeah, right. Back to Black Ops 1 real quick though. It gave us one of the coolest fucking little pieces of history ever. The fucking SR-71 Blackbird.
Love that plane.
It's so fucking
Bro,
cool, man.
that's it. That's actually a close to family thing with me and Colton.
Yeah, our uncle worked on one
Yeah.
when it was at
That's
Skunk
fucking
Works.
sick.
Yeah,
Those
it
Or
wasn't the
was it? No, that
development
was at Lockheed Martin. He was at Lockheed.
it was it's probably all declassified now because he has his stuff up on his walls,
Uh,
but it was the Habu program or
yeah,
whatever.
the Habu program. Yeah, everything
Yeah.
about it's been declassified at this point. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah, he has it up on his man cave walls and stuff, just a bunch of all his badges and shit and pictures of the SR-71.
that's
Really
rad.
fucking amazing plane, dude.
I've
The
gotten to
stories
Yeah.
that
tour the inside of one at a air museum.
Yeah, there's just stories that he's had of how that plane works and stuff. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then I saw Black Ops and went, wait, so you actually worked on this? Dude, check this out. There's a mission in the game where you fly. And he was like, I showed our uncle that mission in Black Ops 1 where you fly the SR-71. And he was like, yeah, that's what they were doing with it. Yeah, that's pretty much there.
Just fucking nuking them from above. What you gonna do about it?
No, because the Black Ops 1 mission was, it's
Recon.
that snowy one, and you were guiding all the people and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. I'd say nuking. You were just setting them up.
Yeah, it wasn't a combat plane. It went up to space and never got shot down.
And if you get 8 kills, all these people get blipped
Because
on your minimap.
at the
Still
time
the
it was the
highest flying, air-breathing airplane to
Yes.
ever exist.
highest flying air one, and I think only a couple planes have surpassed its speed.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
only
speed.
only a handful of planes have gotten as faster than it has.
Mach 2.2 declassified, I believe. And it was capable of flying at 80,000 feet plus.
Yeah.
I believe the declassified number for the flight speed of it's actually 2.2 plus. Let me look that up real quick.
'Cause I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures of it where it's like in like low flying and it's leaking oil and has the oil trails behind it. That's because it was
No.
designed to. Well, if you ever look up SR-71, you should see some pictures of it and stuff where oil is leaking like out of it as it's flying in low atmosphere, because it's designed to get way up there and then
Oh, okay.
kind of decompress, and then it seals all those oil spots on it.
Mach
So
3 plus.
it gets up to the height that it needs to be, and all the oil seals there. And as they go towards the ground, it like loosens itself back up and leaks oil purposely.
The first several exploded on takeoff because the friction caused them to swell too much and they
Yeah,
exploded.
they couldn't get that science right, but then they nailed it.
But yeah,
Oh, whoa, they nailed it.
They take off with like a quarter fuel and they leak like a sieve when they're sitting on the ground, and then they refuel midair and then they basically hit the bricks and take off.
I haven't seen the new Top Gun movie, but there's that scene in it where they have that experimental plane, and it's in what is it? Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. It doesn't exist yet, but it's a prototype kind of thing that they're doing where it's everything kind of like what the SR-71 did, where it goes up super up into the atmosphere, then it inverts and uses the Earth's gravity to build up its speed, and then it turns back around and turns on a fucking super strong engine and shoots itself up into the fucking atmosphere at Mach 10.
The SR-71 had to do that same maneuver
Yeah,
to get up to
exactly.
80,000 feet. It
Yeah,
has to do the wave to get up.
You invert, use Earth's gravity, turn around, and then boost all your engines and shoot out into space.
I don't think
It's
they
way
did
cool.
the inversion on the SR-71. I think they just did the dive and then
Yeah,
the pull out of the dive.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the Top Gun. Like I just seen the clips of it, and when I did the in Flight Simulator, it had you go through all those steps. So we had to get to a certain altitude and Mach like 3. Like you got to Mach 3 just on your main engines, invert the thing, and then dive towards the Earth, turn on a different engine, and then it shoots it up. It's stupid. And if humanity ever gets that, and they're probably really close to getting that technology, but if I ever see that, that's so cool.
According to this website, the fastest fighter jet in service is the MiG-25, which is capable of Mach
Yeah.
3.2.
MiGs are fast, but that's their downfall, is that it's not good in close range engagements.
The fastest fighter
They're good
jet
at flying in.
The fastest fighter jet in the world is the NASA USAF X-15, clocked at Mach 6.72, which is 4,520 miles an
Is that
hour.
I think
Oh
that's
my
a space
God.
I think that's a space shuttle. You said it was NASA, right?
It's USAF X. It's the X-15.
X-15, okay. I thought you said NASA, my bad.
Well, NASA and the USAF in conjunction
Oh, okay.
developed the X-15.
Okay.
And then the second fastest is the Blackbird, still at Mach 3.4, which is 2,500 miles an hour plus. Followed by the Lockheed YF-12 at Mach 3.2, then the MiG-25 at Mach 3.2, the Bell X-2 Starbuster at Mach 3.2, the XB70 Valkyrie at Mach 3.02, the MiG-31 Foxhound at Mach 2.83, and the F-15 Eagle at Mach 2.5. That last plane's top speed is 1,650 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But fuck, 4,520 miles an hour
That's a little fast.
for the X-15.
I don't know. Did
Pretty
you see me run in
fast.
high school? I could have beat that.
That's that rocket plane.
That was my nickname in high school.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Anybody else got anything to add on?
Did you see a person here in Reno is getting a bunch of bogus tickets because he actually has the custom plates Area 51, and people have fake license plates that say Area 51 and they're getting ticketed while wearing those plates. So this guy's getting a bunch of fucking tickets mailed to him. He actually lives here in Reno.
Wow.
That's
Speaking
funny.
of license plates,
There
I
we go.
saw one today that was literally I moan.
Oh, like the phone.
No, like it was a super old license plate. Like this one was super fitted. It was just I moan. Naomi, like the word Naomi backwards is what their license plate was.
Okay, so it just
I'm like,
spelled it
how in
out.
the hell did you get this? Like it was a legitimate Oregon license plate, and it's super old
That is
because it
wonderful.
was very faded.
That's funny as fuck.
God.
That is hands down the funniest license plate I've ever seen in person.
That is good.
Can you imagine
Legend.
some kid born in the year 2013, his name's Michelangelo Smith, wants to get license plates in the future, so he puts his initials in his birth plate on his license plate, and then the cops come knocking at his door because he wants MS-13 on it. That's gonna happen. It's coming.
That's banned text for the
Mhm.
plates.
Yeah, because MS stands for monkey scrotum.
Oh, fuck.
All right, that's my dumb joke to end the podcast.
And we'll see you next time, folks.
Monkey scrotum.
Thanks for tuning in
Balls.
to the Car and Monkey Scrotum podcast
And aeronautics.
and aeronautics. Make me naughty. Wait,
Hit that subscribe button. Like if you liked it. Hit the bell if you want to know when we post videos, because we don't only do podcasts.
yeah, a lot more, right?
Yeah. There's a lot that goes on this channel.
There's a lot. A lot of time till next week, so hang in there. We'll be back.
Yep. As
All right.
always.
Beat of the week.
Later, everyone.
There's that beat.
What the fuck did you say, you goddamn slut? You prefer the powdered donuts to the holy chocolate donuts? I will stone cold stun your vagina ass right here in the pastry aisle. I'm Alan the Annihilator, bitch! Since I live alone, I like to take full advantage of this freedom, so I like to sing loud, I like to talk to myself in weird voices. Just really capitalize on being alone. I like to helicopter dick my penis around. Jesus, get away from my penis! The man is a sexual predator! Remember to smash that like button, Elias. Not until you fix YouTube's problems and allow Harley Quinn fart porn to be acceptable on this platform. Until I can see a woman in full-fledged Harley Quinn cosplay spreading her chocolate starfish, farting into the camera on this site. A video accusing me of being a Zionist shill promoting some kind of Jewish overlord agenda to remember to smash that like button.